Hi, I'm Christine Chang. Today I want to talk about where you can meet people outside of dating apps. Now, the dating apps is just another way of meeting people. When I was single before I met my husband, I was on the dating apps and I was also meeting people in person. The most important thing is that you stay open, that you're in an open headspace, that you want to meet somebody. That is more important than going on the apps or going out and being around people. Because if you're not in the right headspace, the chances of you attracting a partner are pretty low. Mindset and how you show up in the world is a really big part of it. If you are feeling like you don't want to do these things, I don't want to be on dating apps, I don't want to go out and make the effort to be around people, think about if someone that you went on a date with showed up in that way as well. If they were enthusiastic, jaded, didn't want to make the effort, how attractive would you find that? I find that people in general are attracted to people who have a curiosity and a zest for life, optimism, they're intentional. So think about how you would like someone to show up for you if you were to meet them and find them attractive, and you also be that as well. Because if you show up and you can't hide it. If you are jaded, you're pessimistic, it shows. That energy shows. And in general, people are not attracted to that. Maybe if they're also pessimistic and in that same vibration, they might be. But if you want to attract someone who's happy, enthusiastic, curious, optimistic, remember that you have to be in a similar headspace. The first place you can meet someone outside of apps is doing specific activities. Now, these should be activities that you are genuinely interested or curious about doing. So if you're an active person, things like dance class or yoga or stand-up paddleboarding, volleyball, put yourself around people. That is the common thread with everything I'm going to mention here. From a logical perspective, if you want to meet new people, you have to put yourself in situations where you are around other people. So the first thing is activities. And if you're not active, there are tons of other clubs, book clubs, movie clubs, Disney, Comic-Con, whatever your interests are, start interacting with people in that area. Because even if you don't meet the love of your life, you will meet other cool people who are into the same things you are. And that alone, I think, is awesome. And maybe they'll introduce you to your future spouse. You never know. So again, make sure to stay open. And I think when you're doing an activity that you genuinely enjoy, it puts you in alignment to be a happy person, because naturally you're in a good mood when you're doing things that you enjoy doing. The second thing you can do is sit at a bar or communal table during happy hour. I did this a lot before I met my husband. I'd either go alone or with a girlfriend, and we would sit at a bar or communal table at a restaurant that we really liked, and it was generally in a neighborhood that we also really liked, that suited our taste. We live in Los Angeles, so those neighborhoods for us were Culver City, Beverly Hills, Santa Monica. Whatever your taste is, go to that sort of place. In LA, there's also bars where it's $1 beer night. That wasn't specifically our taste, so we didn't go there because that's not the kind of partner that we wanted to attract. There's nothing wrong with $1 beer night. Our palate was more high-end cocktails, and we really liked that. And actually, again, the people that you will talk to when you're sitting at a bar or communal table, they naturally have similar tastes too. And especially if you're sitting by yourself, naturally it puts you in a position that people are more likely to want to talk to you, and you also talk to other people. Because sometimes if you're with your friends all the time, you're not as open to things because we tend to stick to what's familiar. So if we're always talking to our friend, we might not see what's around us. Number 3, take a trip with a small group tour. When you travel with people, you really bond with people. I have loved all the trips I've ever taken with a small group tour. Even after I got married, my husband and I, we went on some trips with small group tours. Those are like the lifelong friendships because you bond in ways that you wouldn't if you were just to see people for 1 hour at a time. You have shared experiences. You are waking up together. You see each other in good moods, bad moods, getting sick on the bus, getting sick from food. It's a real bonding experience. And again, you can travel to places that are your taste. And naturally, the other people on the tour will have similar taste as you. Number 4, attend conferences, whatever you're interested in. For me, when I was single, I did a lot of personal growth conferences, and I still do because I like being around those kind of people. And again, when you're doing something like personal growth, you are bonding with people, similar values, right? So a couple of the conferences I went on, one is called AFEST, AFEST.com, and I met a lot of like-minded people there. I dated some guys and had a fantastic time. And it puts you around people and you're together for multiple days. So that is a fantastic way of meeting new people. The last one, number 5, is meeting people through friends. This is one of the best ways of meeting people because if you already have a mutual friend in common, that is already a vetting process right there. And you might say, all my friends are married. They don't know anybody single. But if you're hanging around people, they might be introduced to someone who's newly single. People are getting divorced in their 40s and 50s, okay? They might be ready to date. Again, you never know. So meeting people through friends is a fantastic way of meeting them, especially if they're your trusted friends. For trusted friends that know you, I think it's good to stay open if they have a suggestion. Like, oh, this guy is single. And again, you don't have to marry this person. All you have to do is be open, talk to them, go out on a date with them maybe. But again, it's staying open. That is probably the most important factor if you want to meet someone is genuinely being open. And if being in a long-term relationship is something that you really genuinely want, you will happily put forth the effort to make it happen. As much as we would like to believe that real life is like the movies and you could just sit around and one day, poof, someone will show up. I'm not going to say that's impossible, but in life, it's good to be intentional to create what you want. So if you want to increase your chances of meeting someone, you have to be around other people and put yourself in the position where you are meeting other people. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe. I'm also on Instagram and TikTok. The handle I will put below. And I also have a book. It is called Show Up, Finding Love for Independent Women, and it is available on Amazon.